Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Ukraine and Russia and Merrick Garland, oddly enough, and just kind of go through some of the decisions and realizations that have been made and give a little bit of a lay of the land and what's happening over there. We will start with Russia. Now, recently, the authorities there, they've been altering the legal mechanisms by which they can tell people, hey, you've got to go fight. They've been making it easier to draft people, to conscript them. One of the changes was they made it to where the authorities didn't have to show up with papers that you had to sign. They could just message you over Instagram. And if you didn't respond, you didn't show up, you didn't report, you faced penalties. So that is a pretty clear indication that Russia is realizing that they're in a protracted fight. Troops won't be home by Christmas, and they need people to send to the grinder, plain and simple. They're making it easier to get those. Another thing that is going on right now is it appears they are calling up some reservists. Now, the way it's currently being framed is, this is your annual training, 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year type of thing. And this is normal. Don't worry about it. The expectation is that once those troops report, they will be pressured into volunteering to go fight. Since all this started, a number of people who have been accessing this channel have asked questions about, whether or not they should stay or go where they're at. If you were one of those who was waiting for the right time to maybe make a move, make a change in your life, сейчас. Okay, so let's go to Ukraine. Around Bakhmut, Ukrainian forces have made some gains. They're modest. We're only talking about a couple of kilometers here. But it's really important to remember that Russia paid an incredibly high price for those couple of kilometers. To lose them is huge from a morale perspective. Those who understand what's happening there, and as that news travels through the Russian forces, it's one of those things where you start to feel like it's pointless because they paid a lot to get that, and they don't have it anymore. All for nothing. Now, Zelensky has kind of indicated that the counteroffensive that everybody's been expecting, he's saying that right now it might cost too much. It might cost too many Ukrainian lives. So it's on hold. Immediately there was conversation. Is that real? Is he, trying to psych out the Russians? What's going on? I don't know. And even if I did, I wouldn't say. But I really have no clue. It could be either. There's a lot of equipment pouring in, so they may want to get that positioned. It could be something that simple. So on that, when it comes to when the counteroffensive is going to start, we don't know, and that's good. That's good. And now to Merrick Garland. So the Department of Justice has decided funds that were forfeited, liberated, whatever term you want to use, funds that came from oligarchs, that money can now be used to support Ukraine. Now, at time of filming, I don't know whether or not that money is going to be sent to Ukraine or it's going to be used from outside the country to support efforts there. That part isn't really clear in what I have at time of filming. But that's a change. up until now, I think most of it has just kind of been frozen. It looks like they're going to start accessing it and using it. And then I think the other thing that is interesting is that I heard something about Poland renaming a city, and Russians are getting really mad. So everything everything that's happening there, it's both sides are aware of what's coming. Both sides seem to be very aware that they're going to be entering a very heavy phase soon. And again, as most people watching this are Americans or British or Canadians, the support that Ukraine currently has is what's enabling them to continue to try to break the hammer. It's going to be protracted. So it's one of those things where if those in countries that are supporting Ukraine, if their resolve breaks, it's not a political loss. It will lead to real loss there. So, anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.